We're in early fall here, October 7th, I believe. And I am doing some of my updates for those of you that follow along to see how fast some of my palms grow. And I've been tracking a few of them. So the one that's kind of dead ahead, getting harder to see these days, has always been my fastest growing fortunei. It's definitely slowed down. Now last year, if you look at my update videos, most of these palms only grew a couple inches of trunk, and I think it had to do with the heat dome where we had the 115, 116 degrees in June. It kind of put everything in a funk and they just never seemed to get going. And I felt like they kind of sat in stasis even over winter, kind of doing nothing. And we had that cool wet spring. Nothing seemed to be moving until the second week of June. So I measured this palm back in May, so 6 months ago. I'm gonna kind of get in here. This woolly bugger right here. And no, I'm not talking about the fly fishing pattern, and no, I'm not talking about Sasquatch. This one has a real furry coat to it. So I'm delighted to say I did feel like this one grew, but I felt like it grew last year too, but it has grown. So even with all the heat we've had, we've had a pretty hot summer and no rain whatsoever. It is in a better part of my yard for moisture. There is some irrigation in here. And so back in May, this one had 86 inches of trunk. I am happy to say we're up to 97 inches. So it grew 11 inches in 6 months. The next 6 months, it probably won't put on 11 inches because it's going to be cooler, but my feeling based on how this tree performs is that it will continue to grow. So we'll probably get about 18 inches of trunk out of this one this year. This one's a real nice one. Holds on to fronds all the way down. I've had some people come into my yard this year and from the local area, and they've never seen Trachyarpus fortunei that look like this because usually they're so over pruned. Look at that. So some of these fronds down here, they must be about 5 years old now. I don't know if there's any of the original ones from when I got it, but isn't that a nice one? Probably my tallest one now. Anyway, there's your update for summer 2022.